Hello, everybody. Welcome to Skye Fox Tarot. My name is Skye Fox. Welcome to your collective reading. Let's go ahead and see what the message from Spirit is today. This is a collective reading, so it'll resonate who it is meant to resonate with. May this reading reach those who are meant to benefit from it, and may it be for the highest good of all. Give me the message that needs to come through in this moment. With clear meaning and clear understanding. Maybe take this time to drop into your body with your breath and intention. Using your breath to relax your body and fill your body in this space and time. Okay, so right now it looks like you are really reevaluating and reassessing the quality of your relationships, your relationship with yourself in your alone time and in the space where you recharge, where you fill your cup, where you can kind of take the mask off that you present to the world and you can just be with yourself and your own energy. And you're recognizing that there's a shift in the quality of the relationships that you have right now. It seems like you really are being asked to surround yourself with the people that recognize you, and that value you and that you value, and you see how you build each other up in the relationship. So these are the relationships that don't feel very draining after you've spent a lot of time with them, that you feel like you don't necessarily need to filter yourself, that you can kind of just speak freely and there is equal exchange and a flow and a beauty to the conversation. You have the Hermit, the Lovers, and the Six of Wands here. It is probably looking like there are some of you that are joining forces was like the words that were just coming to my head of like a partnership, maybe like a business partnership. Like you're really seeing the people who you can trust right now to build you up and push you forward, and in this spirit of collaboration. Let's see what's going on with a few more cards with the Six of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. So clarifying the Six of Wands, we have the Chariot and we have the Seven of Wands. It's like you and this partnership that you have, you have something very specific to be able to share with the world right now. And you need to trust yourself and move forward with those nudges that you're getting, and the way that these messages might be coming through in feedback that you're getting from other people. Maybe some people have been telling you for a long time that you need to start or that you really have something here. There's really some sort of spiritual insight that you have that is able to bring fulfillment to yourself and other people. And that's the thing, is like you have a specific practice right now that is really alchemizing and is benefiting you, and the world really needs that right now. I mean, especially in the current climate that we're in, we need people to be sharing their gifts. We need people to be sharing their authenticity. And clarifying the Six of Wands, you have the Seven of Wands here and the Chariot. So there is this force to be reckoned with inside of you. And if you trust that knowing, and you give yourself to this drive, like, you are going to be very successful at it. And it seems like there is, for some of you, a really important piece to the puzzle in partnership of working with somebody else. It kind of feels like you have been growing this maybe not even consciously, but it's like you've been developing this practice, you've been developing this way of being, this very specific insight that you have into the world. And so it's like you've had this one piece, and now somebody else has this other piece, and you guys have found each other, and or you guys are going to find each other very soon, and you're going to be able to fit together these puzzle pieces of what you guys are both bringing, and you're going to be able to use that to move forward, to drive forward with some success in what really feels like a business partnership. Clarifying the Hermit, over here on the other side we have the Nine of Wands, or Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So it really feels like this practice that you have been developing has really brought you a lot of emotional fulfillment. And the Queen of Wands is saying, like, okay, now it's time to show. It's time to show what this emotional fulfillment looks like and the embodiment of it. And you might be thinking, like, how am I even going to get this off of its feet? How am I even going to um, start putting this out there into the world? And so I think there needs to be a detachment from expectations of what it is that you're going to be receiving at first from putting this out there. The Queen of Wands is saying that this is going to be successful when you can let your light shine, and you can be your charismatic self. You don't hide your light, you show your sovereignty, you show your badassness. When you walk into a room. And the Queen of Wands is all about, like, really having this solid belief in yourself. And so um her coming out with the Hermit and the Nine of Cups here is saying that you have kept this practice, you've kept this sort of perspective that you're getting in your life from spirit, from the world, from your experiences, and now it's really time to let that shine and share that magic with other people. Yeah, there's definitely some fear of failure, of putting yourself forward, pushing yourself forward, putting yourself out there. We have the Ace of Discs with the Seven of Discs and the Four of Swords. It's really important right now that you find a sense of balance and peace with your mind. Maybe there has been some experience that has hurt you in some way recently, um, that has left you up in your head, that's made you feel like failure is an option, or like, whoa, this is too hard. I don't want to step into that. I don't want to do that. And that's the thing about stepping onto a spiritual path or fulfilling some sort of um, higher purpose, spiritual destiny, if you want to use that kind of language and call it that. It's like when you just sit there and intellectualize it, when you just sit there and think about it, the fantasy of what it is and what it looks like, and oh, it'll just be easy, everything will just be okay when I can just step into my purpose. And I think that there is a lesson here with the Seven of Discs of like, how willing are you to show up to the reality of what it looks like for what is needed in order for you to step in and fulfill that purpose. The Ace of Discs here again is echoing that there's like um, there's a real opportunity here that you can feel growing inside of you, that as it grows inside of you, you're going to be able to see the opportunities of how you're able to receive that in your external world. And the Seven of Discs here is really reflective in saying, okay, now is the time to be really real with myself. Am I willing to put myself out there? Am I willing to go out into the field every single day and put in the effort to reap the rewards that I am wanting to sow at a later point? And the Four of Swords here is saying that you really need to keep a balanced mind. You really need to have a solid practice in place to be able to navigate when things come up and there's bumps in the road and they're not going the way that you um, kind of imagine that they were going to go in your head. You need to be able to meet the challenges as they come forward for you to receive what the universe is offering you. And you might be in a situation where, as you start putting yourself forward, you and your partner are kind of working through this. If you are working in some kind of a partnership of like different tests, and the bumps in the roads are going to be tests from the universe of saying, okay, how bad do you want this? Are you willing to meet this with, are you willing to meet this friction with resistance, or are you willing to show up with a stable mind and say, you know, I'm willing to learn from this. I'm not going to let this take me down. And what's interesting with the Four of Swords, what I'm kind of really seeing is the progression from the 3 to the 4 to the 5 of that's why I was thinking recently there might have been some sort of incident that you experienced, that 3 of Swords moment that really kind of put you up in your head and was like, whoa, okay, hands off. I need to take a second. I need to kind of be reflective with my hermit energy right now. I need to go back and I need to nourish myself. I need to find my own inner fulfillment with the Hermit and the Nine of Cups. Um, but it's almost like that experience was recalibrating you so that you could be in this refinement period with the um, spiritual purpose that the universe is asking you to share with other people right now. Um, and now we're moving into more of the Four of Swords, where it's really finding a sense of grounded embodiment of what it means to have a balanced mind in the physical world and how you live your life in the day-to-day process. So with the Four of Swords and the Seven of Wands energy that's present, as you move forward, because remember we have this Chariot energy, there's needs to be action taken to move forward, to really lean into this drive. We need to be aware of the next progression of the sword suit, moving from the 4 to the 5, and being able to navigate that conflict, being able to navigate systems or situations rather where things are going to come up and they're going to disrupt this stability of the Four of Swords, right? And how are you going to show up to that? Is it going to be a fight, you know? Or how much of yourself are you willing to give? Are you willing to give up the fight and not look at these points of friction that are coming towards you as a energy of defeat, or like you have to show up and you have to win and you have to put somebody else down, or if somebody else puts you down as you're putting yourself out there, are you going to be willing to not shy away and really stay embodied with the Queen of Wands? Really remember your authentic self. So um, it really feels like there is an opportunity for success for you coming forward. Let's pull just a couple more cards and see what's going on. Okay. We have the Princess of Cups with the Lust card. Look at that. It's interesting. I think that, yeah, this is really just echoing, and I think a beautiful place to leave the reading on of kind of what has been being talked about is, as you are preparing to put yourself out there, and as you're preparing to allow the world to receive you, allow the world to witness you, there needs to be a sense of vulnerability, and there needs to be a sense of strength and courage and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and that you are safe to be vulnerable, because nothing that is presented to you externally you have to take in and let me figure out what I'm trying to say. The external situations and the external dynamics that come in, whether they be good or bad, do not validate you. You have to find your truth and your courage, and you're protecting your own energy from your own innermost self, and finding your own inner self-worth to be able to show up to the world with vulnerability and authenticity, with an open heart. So the Princess of Cups here, I hope I've been saying Princess of Cups. I always have a tendency to just say the wrong card. Princess of Cups. There's a sense of like emotional naivete or emotional sensitivity of like wanting to be loved, wanting to be seen, wanting to be witnessed, really having intuitive gifts, intuitive abilities. And in order to be able to show those and live in that sense of emotional innocence, we have to really be able to protect ourselves with our own boundaries of, you know, if something comes in and somebody is attacking you, or somebody is trying to put you down, or say that what you're doing has no value, you know, do you really believe that? Or do you have strong enough boundaries, and are you tapped into your courage enough to show up to that and not be reactive, not turn into fight mode, but to remember the softness of what it is to be courageous and to still move forward from a place of embodied love. So that is it. That feels like the reading that is coming through right now. So I hope that this was beneficial to you in some way. With this being a collective reading, again, take what resonates and leave the rest. And it felt like this is the information that wanted to come through right now. So I truly appreciate you watching. I appreciate you being here. Please consider liking, commenting how this resonated with you, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.